Dalen Baker here, and welcome to the Niche Marketing Made Easy workshop. In this workshop, Liz Tomei and I will be showing you exactly how to start and profit from niche marketing. I'd first like to thank Liz for helping me with this and allow her to tell you all you viewers about herself. Welcome, Liz.
Thanks, Dalen. I'm glad to be here. And as Dalen said, my name is Liz Tomey, and I've been running my own business since I was about 19 years old. I originally created a direct mail business, and I ran it from about 1998 till about 2004. And during the summer of 2004, my husband came home and he told me he was being laid off. So, at this time, we had like 5 kids still living at home. We got three still at home. We got one that's getting ready to graduate this spring, and then we'll only have the 2 boys. Thank goodness. we're done raising kids. But in his job, he was making about 60,000 a year. I was making about 60,000 a year for my direct mail business. So in the part of the United States we're in the southern United States, that's like an incredible income. So we were doing great. But the thing is he couldn't just go and find another $60,000 a year job. We live in a town of about 800 people, so there's just not much work. So knowing this, I told him, I said, look, I got a plan. And my plan was for him to run my direct mail business, and then I would start a new business. He didn't need to find another job or anything like that. Now, most husbands at this point would have totally flipped out and been like, no way. Mine had a lot of trust in me, and he still does. And after just a bit of what I call his silent hesitation, that's where he just kind of looks at me like I'm crazy, he agreed. And I went right to work trying to decide what kind of business I wanted to run online. So for the next 6 months, I put in like 16 to 18 hours a day. I was buying this, I was buying that, I was researching this, researching that, just like everybody else does. And so by about month 4, we were starting to get in trouble financially. So I knew I had to do something and I had to do it quick. So month 5, I finally decided that I would start an online info product business. Basically, I was already doing this offline via direct mail. As what I did is I sold advertising and other information, and I had dealers, which are simply affiliates, who sold my stuff for me. So I thought I just had to take that successful business model and apply it to the internet, which was way easier said than done. Meanwhile, we were all finally at the point where we were about to lose the house, our vehicles, utilities were about to be shut off. I mean, it was bad. So I started cruising the forums to see what people were talking about in the internet marketing niche. I knew that was the niche I wanted to be in. And there were all kinds of topics, but I was really interested in the how to do joint ventures topic. So I started asking questions on the forums, like the Warrior Forum and places like that. And then when people would reply, I would take the reply, copy and paste it into a notepad document. And then pretty soon, I had a ton of these notepad documents chocked full of great information about doing joint ventures from so many different people. So I contacted all the people who had replied to me and asked if I could take what they gave me, their answers and stuff, and put it into a product. I, of course, told them, I'll give you credit within the product for it. And all of them said, sure, no problem, use it. So when the product was done, I took it, I set up a sales letter for it, I put it up for sale on the internet, and of course I made no sales. I had no traffic. And that's what a lot of people suffer once they get over the what am I going to do to make money online, and then they finally decide and they've got it up and going, they're like, oh no, I'm not making any money, what do I need now? And it's always traffic. So as what I did is I went back to each of the people who had given me the information that I turned into my product and asked if they would promote this new product. All of them but one said yes, and 2 weeks later, I had $37,000 in my bank account. So, needless to say, I was able to get all the bills caught up and literally saved us and our 5 kids being crammed into some relative's house because of losing everything. Now, it's 7 years later. I've never looked back. In 2005, we actually shut down the direct mail business because I was making enough money not to have to worry with it any longer. And then my husband started running my help desk for me, which he still does to this day. He also became Mr. Mom, which he absolutely loves, and I do too. Now, I've made money in so many different ways through product creation, building AdSense sites, affiliate marketing, coaching, creating PLR products. I mean, on and on and on. Basically, just about anything you can do to make money online, I've done it. I love this stuff. I love seeing if I can make money this way or that way. and then sharing with others how to do it. So there you go. That's Liz Tomey in a nutshell.
Well, Liz, as you can tell from Liz's background, she really knows what she's talking about when it comes to this making money stuff. So, why don't we get right down to it here? Liz, can you explain in a nutshell exactly what niche marketing is and how people can really use it to make money for themselves?
Sure. Basically, niche marketing is when you do research to find some kind of want, be it a product or service, a want or a need, that a large group of people have. So let's say I have an interest in gardening, which I do. And let's say that I want to start indoor gardening so that I can grow things year round, which I actually like to do. I would like to do that at some point. So, what's the first thing I would do? Well, I'd start searching for information online on how to do it. And that's what millions of people do when they want to, create a new hobby or solve a problem or whatever. They go straight to the internet. They're like, okay, I got to get information on that. The problem is, though, that most of the time there's not enough information or the information isn't complete when people go searching for more information on something, or it takes them forever to find all the information they need. When you find that kind of gap, you've found a gold mine. That's not been mined at all or not mined very well. So the marketer in me would say, well, I wonder how many other people would be interested in this topic. I'd do some keyword research, and if the numbers were right, my keyword research data, I'd immediately get started creating a product that covered whatever the topic or problem or issue was in depth. Now, that's just one example. In this example, I'd probably create an ebook and videos on the topic, but there's all kinds of information products you can create on tons of different products out there. And you can make a lot of money by finding lots of demands in one niche or finding a demand in several niches and fulfilling all those demands. I think actually we're in almost 30 different niches now. We've got tons of products and services meeting demands in those niches, and that's where the real money starts. I call it creating a niche product empire.
Wow, thank you, Liz. I can really see the money in this, but I know there's way more to it, of course. Can you take us step by step through finding niches, finding demands in niches, getting ideas for products to fulfill those demands, and all the other stuff that really goes into making money with niche marketing?
Sure can. Let me give you the actual steps and then we can go into the detail on each step. So, step one is, of course, find niches. You've got to find a group of people to create products for. So, in this step, when I am looking for a new demand to fill, I simply make a great big list of different niches, and I'll show you how I do that in just a second. Then, once I have my list of niches, step two would be find demands within the niches. Now, the tricky part is researching these niches and actually finding the demands. I do keyword research to figure this out, and also by asking people in the niche exactly what they want. I'll also show how I do that, because a lot of people get hung up on that. I also have a few websites that I visit to help me out there too. And then step three, of course, is fulfill the demands by creating the product. Once you know the demands of a niche, you can create a product that fills that demand. I do this by looking at what my competition is doing. Again, asking people within the niche what they want. And also, I've got some websites that I will show you that help me with that too. Basically, when you go to fill a demand, though, you're going to be creating some kind of information product. Software, stuff like themes, plugins, apps, etc., fall under the umbrella of software in my vocabulary, or some kind of service. I mean, if you can invent some kind of tangible product, go for it, but information products, software, and services are the easiest things to do. Inventing a tangible product to fulfill a demand is just too much of a pain in the butt for me. So I strictly stick to the intangible stuff. Step four, create a marketing system to get your product out there. This is where a lot of people get hung up too. This is all about creating a website that people can visit to buy your product. Of course, you want to make your website make them want to buy it. A lot of people build sales letter websites to sell their digital products and or to sell their services from. There are a few things we've done here, and I'll share them with you as we go through all these steps. And then step five is simply rinse and repeat all of this to create an empire. This is truly the key to building a killer income if you've got to either one, create a lot of products for one niche, or two, create a lot of products for different niches. I will also explain all about the whole product creation later too. So now let's go over each of these steps in detail so that anyone watching this can duplicate what I've been able to do with my niche marketing. Okay, so like I said, step one is, of course, finding niches. So let's go to a couple of websites that I use to find niches. I use cbengine.com, and I also use Amazon.com. Most people know what Amazon.com is. It's the largest shopping store online. You can get basically anything in the world here. I don't think I've ever searched Amazon for anything and not been able to find it. And then CB Engine is simply a search engine for ClickBank. I use this because ClickBank is the largest digital product marketplace online. So I can see, who's creating what kind of products and what niches they're going into. And if you look over here on the left hand side, if we go category list, that just gave us a whole list of niches right here. Okay, so is what I do is I just pull out Notepad. I'm going to save it to my desktop, so we'll do save as, and I'm just going to call it niches. And then I go through here and I start going, okay, what would I be interested in creating a product in? That's the first thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you have some kind of interest in it. Now, if you're going to outsource the whole product creation part of it, then you really don't have to have an interest in it. But I like to have some kind of interest or want to learn about the topic of a niche that I go into. There's a couple of variables here that we'll cover too on how to find out if it's profitable and stuff like that. So let's take a look here. If I was going to do this, I'm not interested in arts and entertainment or betting and systems. We go here to business investing, business/investing. Things like credit card debt, anything to deal with debt is always pretty profitable. It's pretty competitive. You don't have to worry about competition with this tactic unless you're going to solely rely on search engine traffic. That's really the only time you have to worry about competition. So debt, marketing and sales, outsourcing. Outsourcing is something that I have a huge interest in, and so do many, many, many other people. So I would put outsourcing here. Now I'm going into this as a newbie. I don't know, if this is going to be profitable or not, and I'll show you guys how to find out if it's profitable. Personal finance, definitely interested in that. And your interests might be different. Real estate, not interested in. Small biz and entrepreneurship, definitely. So I would grab that. And I would just keep going down through here and find all the niches that I would want to go in. Now I'm going to give some advice here just from the experiences that I've had. I once thought that the magic tricks niche would be a great niche. I had a client that went into it. All the variables that we looked at showed that it would be profitable, and it was not profitable at all. Most people looking for the whole magic tricks things are either magicians who make no money and are looking to step up their game, or there's a big market of kids looking for how to do magic tricks. So this market really didn't do well at all. So I can tell you, don't go in that market if you're looking to make money solely off the product. It's a great market, a niche to go into for like creating AdSense sites, content sites, that kind of stuff. But anything else, not so much. The betting is a huge niche. I personally don't go into it because I don't want to teach anybody any bad habits. Business and investing, always a great niche. Computers and internet, as long as you go with like the techie stuff, like networking, probably not hardware, graphics, all those things. The graphics is profitable, but only to a small niche. Website design is profitable, but creating products about it, that everybody's done it. Cooking, food, and wine is not profitable unless you have some kind of special diet product. That's about the only niche within this niche that's profitable. And the reason being is because there's so many free resources online that give recipes and teach how to, barbecue and how to bake and how to cook and all that stuff. So these things really aren't, but the special diets, like, how to lose 10 pounds in 7 days type thing, are very, very, very profitable. E-business and e-marketing, winemaking, I don't know why that's down here. It probably should be up here. But almost anything in e-business and e-marketing is very profitable. Any of those niches are great to go into. I was researching the job skills and training, picking what career to go on. Um, is a wonderful niche, very, very profitable. Games, the strategy guides, very profitable. Green products, very profitable. Health and fitness, always profitable. Educational stuff, I've never really done a whole lot with as far as like, spiritual health, strength training. I know strength training is because that goes with the whole health thing. Yoga is also home and garden. Um, Pets, huge niche, very profitable. Some hobbies and crafts are. For the most part, we haven't had much success with the crafts and hobbies niche. Gardening, of course. Home buying used to be, not so much anymore since our economy's kind of tanked and the real estate market tanked with it. How to and home improvements, the do it yourself stuff, very profitable. Languages we've never gone into. The mobile stuff, ringtones and stuff like that, we haven't played with. It's just a very, very high competition um, type niche, even if you're not relying just on SEO, and there's just too many people in it. Parenting, very big niche. Reference, we haven't had a whole lot of experience in. Self help, huge niche. Software and services, this is. They grouped all of these into software and services, but there's so many niches within here. It would just depend on what niche you were going into, what kind of software it was. If you can find a problem that somebody can solve with a software product, and you know for sure there's a lot of people searching for that kind of solution, then it could be very, very profitable. Sports training, very profitable. Travel, very profitable. So that's my experience with the niches. If you want to, go with what I've told you here, just pick one of those niches and go for it. If we look at Amazon, the way I find um, niches on Amazon is if we go over here to books, and let's just click on books. And if we look here at book categories, you can see all these different list of niches. So let's say, let's go with the whole travel niche. You can see that there's tons of things about traveling to Paris, Tahiti, Costa Rica, Hawaii, all kinds of stuff. So is what I would do is I would go through and just look and see what products they have on traveling, and then go and decide if, using what I'm going to teach you in just a second, then you can decide if it's going to be profitable or not. So let's say, just travel, if I wanted to do a travel Hawaii product, okay? So I'm going to put on my niche list here, Hawaii travel. All right, so this is, you want to make a list of about 20 to 30 different niches. Since I have so much experience with niche marketing, I tend to be able to know exactly what's going to make me money. And I can tell you right now that anything on this list, with the exception of Hawaii travel, I'm not totally sure about. Probably is a profitable niche, and that's probably what we're going to go with to find out if it's profitable or not. But all the rest of these I know will make me money. There is no 100% way to know for sure if something will make you money. Just like I was talking about with the magic tricks niche. All the variables pointed to that it was going to be a profitable niche, and it turned out it wasn't. So there's no 100% guarantee. There's only things that you can look at that are hinting at if it's going to be profitable or not. So once I have a list of niches, the next thing I do to see which one's going to be profitable is I do some keyword research. And I use Niche Finder, not Micro Niche Finder, just the regular Niche Finder. It's very easy to use. It's why I use it. So we're going to start by looking at the Hawaii travel stuff. So let's just put in here Hawaii. And I'm going to search. And this is going to take a second. While I'm doing that, let's look at Amazon a little bit more and see if there's anything in here. Let's go back to books. Okay, let's go to books again. Okay, so if you look down here like I was showing you on the books categories, and you can go anywhere on Amazon and find this kind of stuff. But there's all kinds of categories here: business and investing. We saw that in ClickBank. Audiobooks, there would be several different niches in that. Is what I would do is I'd find the best-selling audiobooks and the non-fiction. Don't do fiction stuff. If you look through here, You can find all kinds of different niches. Like I said, the self-help niche is a huge niche. And something else that I usually do is I look at their best books or their award-winning books. If we look here, this is best-selling books of 2011, the top 20. The Art of Fielding, a novel. So this looks like a lot of fiction stuff. Or biographies and that kind of stuff you don't want to mess with. I'm not seeing anything that's not fiction related. People really like their fiction books. I do. I read constantly. But if you look through here, you can start finding, let's see, best books of, okay, nonfiction. Here we go. So these are all the nonfiction books. A lot of these are going to be, this is Maphead. Let's take a look at it. The Great Journey Americans in Paris. The Art of Science and Remembering Everything. Okay, there's something there. And The Great Sea, A Human History of the Mediterranean. The guys that have it all, Inside the World of ESPN. The History of the World in 100 Objects. The Information History, A Theory, A Flood. So let's take a look here. So Maphead, this is all about charting the wide, weird world of geography wonks. We could read through here. Kid of Jeopardy and the legend Ken Jenkins slept with a bulky Hammond World Atlas by his pillow every night. Maphead recounts his lifelong love affair with geography and explores why maps have always been so fascinating to him. Probably not. That's not very specific. The Greater Journey, Americans in Paris. So this is inspiring until now untold story of the adventurous Americans, artists, writers, doctors, politicians, others of high aspiration who set off to Paris in the years between. Okay, so that probably wouldn't either. Moonwalking, the art and science of remembering everything. Okay, so this is a very profitable niche. I know we're in this niche, the whole memory, extending your memory, helping you remember more, photographic memories, that kind of stuff. I know is profitable, so that could be a niche. If I didn't tell you it was profitable, you could go and research it. That's more self-help. A Human History of the Mediterranean. Okay, so this is more like a history book type thing. But as you see, you can go through here and find Kindle Singles, Science and Fiction, no, Arts and Photography, Romance, Editor's Picks. You can look through that. And then, like I said, there's all of these categories over here. Cooking, food and wine, crafts, entertainment, history, home and garden. Home and garden would definitely be a good thing to look at. Outdoors and nature, definitely a good thing to look at. So that's all the different ways that I look for my niches. Amazon, you could spend days on. So let's see what we've got for niche research so far. So I'm seeing Hawaii, just the search term Hawaii has 823,000. This is exact match searching. This is very, very important that you don't do broad or phrase. You have to do exact match searching when you're looking for these profitable niches, okay? So if we look here, flights to Hawaii, there was 33,000 people last month that searched for flights to Hawaii, that exact the search phrase. Let's see, Hawaii, Big Island, Hawaii hotels. Okay, so flights and hotels. That tells me people are traveling. Hawaii cruises. And let's keep going down here. All-inclusive Hawaii. 8,000 exact matches last month. Cruises to Hawaii. People are searching for traveling to Hawaii. I can see that just by looking at what they're doing here. Hawaii honeymoon packages. 3,600 people searched for it last month. Okay, so that's got some healthy searches. If you can find at least 5 to 10 keywords that are related to the main topic, and they all have over 1,000 searches a month, exact match type stuff, then you're looking at potentially a profitable niche. Another indicator is the cost per click. If you're seeing things here that are over $1, you are looking at probably a profitable niche. The reason being is most people are not going to spend money on advertising if they can't make money in that niche. So Hawaii travel, 4,400 searches last month, $2. The honeymoon thing, $2.54. Trips to Hawaii, 4,400 people last month, $1.92. Hawaii deals, $1.98. So this is looking to be a very, very profitable niche. This would be a niche I would love to go into because I've always wanted to visit Hawaii. If I was as fortunate as Dalen there and live in California, it'd be a lot cheaper. You guys can.
Yeah, right.
You guys can catch those cheap flights to Hawaii.
Catch that one for $99. I can't imagine that.
Wow, man, yeah, it's like $3,000 to fly from here.
Yeah.
All right, so I just showed you how to do niche research, making your list of niches, and then finding which one's going to be profitable. I do this, like I said, using Amazon and CB Engine, and then doing keyword research to ensure that there's no, like I said, there's no 100%, but to make me feel like it's 100% sure that I'm going to make money in that niche. Okay, so then the second step, which is finding demands within the niches. Like I said, this is where it gets tricky. So if I went back over to Amazon, and I'm also going to search ClickBank, and let's see if ClickBank has anything on Hawaii. How to cook the Hawaiian luau pig? No. I'm really not seeing vacation cruising. Let's see what this product is about. I'm just going to check my competition here. Vacation cruising, how to save money without sacrificing fun. Who else wants to know how to find the best deal on your cruise? Know the travel agency employees. Okay, so this is just general cruise travel, and I'm sure they have something in here about Hawaii. So there's nothing on ClickBank that's about traveling in Hawaii. That to me is a big indicator that maybe I should definitely go in this niche. There's nobody on ClickBank selling anything. On the flip side of that, that can also mean that it's not a profitable niche. So that's kind of the gamble you throw out there when your competition doesn't have anything on ClickBank if it's an information product. When there's no product on ClickBank for it, okay? It can also mean that there's a huge untapped niche here. So as what I'm going to do is I'm going to do travel Hawaii. And I'm going to search. So Frommer's Hawaii 2012. This is all travel guides. Hawaii, the Big Island Revealed. The Rough Guide to Hawaii. And the Big Island. So there's several books here on this topic, but they're all hard books being sold from Amazon here. Hawaii Magazine. Buffalo Games Travel, Hawaii Travel Guide. So it looks like there are several here. Not as many as I thought there would be. So if we look at this, we can go, okay, so what is the demand in this niche? The only thing you could really do to ensure the demand of this niche is go into forums about travel. So if you found a travel forum, you could go in there and, start talking to people, that have traveled to Hawaii. If they were going again, what are the things they would do? Would they, buy something that told them everything about Hawaii or what to see while they were in Hawaii? That kind of thing is what you do. You start going in and talking to people on these forums. Is it TripAdvisor? What is the little green? I can't remember. I use one. And I know it's an app on my iPad that I use. I think it is TripAdvisor. Let's look here. TripAdvisor. Is it TripAdvisor? Yes, TripAdvisor. This is a great place to talk to people about travel. There's tons of reviews on here. As you see, welcome back, Liz. I definitely am a TripAdvisor user. If we look here, and let's just search for flights, hotels. They have a forum here, and I'm just trying to find where their forum is. I don't want to spend too much time going over this. They've changed their layout just a little bit. But they do have a forum here where you can talk to other people. There's also other travel forums. But TripAdvisor is a huge community of travelers. There's also several sites that are almost like a Facebook type site for travelers. Here's travelforum.org, travel blog, Travel Forum Inc., all these different places you can go into and start talking to people about, taking a trip to Hawaii. Just like I did with my whole joint venture product. I went in, knew nothing about it, started talking to people, and found out what they wanted to know about doing joint ventures. You could do the same thing with the whole Hawaii thing. Yahoo Answers. If we go over to Yahoo Answers, go here, and you could ask, I'm thinking about traveling to Hawaii. I'm looking for a product on traveling to Hawaii. Has anyone, ever bought a product on traveling to Hawaii? Do you have any information on traveling to Hawaii? That kind of thing. Yahoo Answers, I have gotten more information from than probably, as far as polling people, than any other thing I've ever used. People love Yahoo Answers; they use it a lot. It's a great place to get feedback from people who have either have the problem that you're trying to fulfill, the demand that you're trying to fulfill, or people who can point you to products, stuff like that, that are in that same niche. I showed you how to use Amazon. You can look at reviews on Amazon. CB Engine. You can also take a poll. Okay, so if we go here to Google, and I wonder why Google's not bringing anything up. So let's do travel Hawaii. Here we go. So if we search travel, maybe, there we go. So we know from our keyword research that the Hawaii travel has 4,400 searches. So it's what we could do is we could set up a small little website and take a poll. And then, let me go back here a little bit. Set up your website. Let's do this. Bring up my handy dandy little drawing tool. Okay, so you set up your website and you just have a simple poll on it that says, hey, we're looking to help, Hawaiian travelers, and we want to create a product about traveling to Hawaii. Would you, buy a product that told you everything about traveling to Hawaii? What price point would you be willing to pay? Would you pay, $10, $12, whatever? You could ask them, for their feedback of what they would like to see in the product. And then what you do is once you have your little website set up, is you go and you use Google AdWords to advertise that website. Once you get, 50 to 100 people through your website giving you, feedback, filling out your poll, and I'll tell you something, if you tell them that they can have the product once it's created, if they fill out your poll, just put a place where they can put in their email, that'll really get people giving you good feedback, okay? Just a little side note there. So you can use Google AdWords to advertise your little website. People come, they do your poll. Once you get about 50 to 100 people through there, you can then even tell even more if it's going to be profitable. Because if you have a lot of people that are saying, yeah, I would buy that, and then giving you feedback of what they would like to see in a product like that, that's almost 100% sure that it's going to be a profitable niche. And that's what we do with a lot of our niches. We set up poll sites and ask people what they want. It can be a little expensive, especially with the cost per clicks we're seeing. Like I said, it's that $2 mark. So, for 50, if you had 50 people click on your link, that's going to cost you $100 right there. Hawaii flights, this kind of stuff, Hawaii all inclusive, a little bit lower. So you might want to go after keywords that have a little bit lower click value, but are still related to that search. So there's another way that you can tell also. So make your list of niches. Pick the niche that's going to be the most profitable, and then find what the demand for that niche is. So we've gone over step 1, 2, and 3. Step 4 is, of course, I missed a little step there, is you actually got to go create the product. And if that's way out of the scope of this workshop, I could do another 10-hour workshop on product creation. But that's way out of the scope of this. But you need to go and have your product created. I'll give you a little walkthrough of what I would do in this niche. So if I was going to do a Hawaii travel product, my product is what I would do is I would actually find somebody in Hawaii and ask them to, I know Hawaii's got different islands and stuff like that. You might have to find multiple people. And this is an idea I've had for a long time for all kinds of different destinations. But find somebody that lives in Hawaii. You can find people like at guru.com. Um, I wouldn't try Elance. Probably guru.com would be the best place to go and find somebody like this. But go and find someone that lives on, let's say the big island of Hawaii, and ask them, if they can, tell you about the different places in Hawaii, if they can provide pictures to you, and even videos. The idea we have is we want to find people in these destinations that will go out and videotape the different uh, tourist things that people can go and see, and then take that and sell it as a product. It would sell wonderfully well. I know. They have like the eyewitness travel guides and stuff. The hardest part is just finding someone who actually has the ability to do it. And I've found one person on Guru.com to do this in the Bahamas. And we're just now starting to talk to him about it. He hasn't done it yet, so I don't know if he's going to work out. But we potentially have somebody that can do this for us in the Bahamas. And then we're going to take those videos. We'll have a little guide that goes with it also, and we're going to start selling it. If you can outsource the product creation of it, go for it. So that's all I'll say on product creation, but that's what I would do in this niche is I would find somebody in Hawaii, on the different islands too, that could provide me with video footage of touristy spots, also give me information on the different touristy spots so I could create a guide and videos to go with it. So, like I said, we've gone through the first 3 steps. Step 4 is creating that sales system. So let's start talking about that. All right, so what I want to do now is take you into some of... I'm not going to go into my niche folder because I have so much stuff in there that I don't want to share, especially my pen name. I do everything niche related under a pen name just because I'm a well-known marketer and I don't want people, Googling me and finding out what niches I'm in, seeing what I'm doing, and basically coming in and taking over where I'm at. So I don't show that kind of stuff, but I will show you guys some of the niches we've gone into when we're creating PLR products. So let me open up my folder here. This is all the PLR products we created in 2011. Let's find a niche here. I know there's niches there, but let me see if I can find a different one. Home remedies. Okay, so I researched the home remedies niche, found out that it was going to be a very profitable niche. These shouldn't be in here. Found out that it was going to be a very profitable niche, and so we went and created a PLR product around it. So once we had the product created, you have to create a sales system. And your sales system is going to consist of a sales letter, and this is your typical everyday sales letter. It's just, hey, this is what I got. This is what it covers. Buy now type thing, okay? And then we have what we call a customer capture page. So once people buy from the sales letter, we dump them on our customer capture page. And we tell them, to ensure that only paid customers get access to this product, I will need for you to register your copy of this product. Simply enter your name and email address in the boxes below, and I will immediately send you the download link. Now, the reason why we do this is we want to get these buyers on a list. There are systems that will automatically do this for you. Rapid Action Profits has an auto ad type thing where when people buy, they're automatically added to your autoresponder. There's, just tons of different systems out there that'll do it. But if you're doing it the manual way, this is how you'll do it. From sales page to thank you page, and then, of course, your download page. Now, there's a lot of other different ways you can do this. I've seen a lot of people doing what I call an information type site, where basically you have a blog. Let me draw this out here. Where you have a blog, and a blog usually has a header and a sidebar, and then the footer that's over here. So it's what they're doing, instead of using it as a typical blog, they have the first post, which is, the main content here about their product, and then they have links to several other different things related in this topic. So if I was doing the whole Hawaii thing, so the first page would be all about the product, and then they could buy it here. But then there would be, like one that says, information on traveling cheap to Hawaii. So this would be another page of my blog, and I would have just information on here of traveling cheap to Hawaii. Then at the end I would say, and in this product, we cover all that information. And then we would have, so this is the first page, and then we'd have another page, And if it was about, visiting the Big Island, what you got to see at the Big Island. And we would have all the content on there and then say, and in our product, we also cover all of that. You'll learn blah, 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 blah by now. So people are really turning to these kind of sites. We're doing like an informational type thing. I've seen a lot of people doing it, so now I am testing it. I don't have any test results to share. I know that kind of leaves everybody hanging, but I don't have any test results to share yet. But I do know that it looks good, meaning that I'm pretty sure that it's going to be even more profitable than just the regular sales letters. Now, in the internet marketing niche, the make money niche, hands down, the direct sales letter outperforms every time. But I'm finding in my other niches that we're doing better with, instead of going with the regular sales page where it's just the sales page that's like this and it has all the content on it and then the whole buy now button. In other niches, these kind of information sites are outperforming these kinds of sales letter sites, okay? So you have to have a really good system to sell your product once it's created. Let's see what I want to cover here. Okay, something that a lot of people mess up on. I just wanted to look at my notes briefly so I remember everything I want to tell everybody here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, one thing that people really mess up on is the copy of their product. I want you guys to listen very close to what I'm about to say because it's absolutely vital to your success with niche marketing. If you don't have copy that compels people to buy, you're not going to make any money. I don't care if you have the best product in the world, you're not going to make any money. If you don't have a professional looking site, if your site looks like crap, you're not going to make any money. I have so many people that come to me and they're like, Liz, my product's ready and I got it out there and I'm getting traffic and I'm not making any money. Guess why? Because your copy absolutely is horrible or your site looks horrible. I want to go over to ClickBank, and I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings here, but I'm going to go over to ClickBank and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's search for yoga. Very typical. Everybody in the world has a yoga product, okay? And I want to show you some of the sites that are out here. Let's go down here. Now I'm going to mute out my computer for just a second. I won't be able to hear Dalen if you say anything, but I'll unmute it again here in just a second. But a lot of these websites have videos on them, and I hear like 100 videos going off at one time. But I want to kind of show you guys some examples of what not to do. Okay, this site is a good example of what to do. This looks great. Everything looks professional. This site, getting a little, this is for Deep Zen, for only immediate downloads available, get started within minutes. This is a nice looking site, but it doesn't have anything that makes me go, oh, I need to stay on this. There needs to be some kind of benefit right around here. This will make you what? This will allow you to what? There needs to be some kind of benefit. Big, bold thing. It could be an image, a headline, whatever, that makes you want to keep reading. That's the first thing here. So this site does not have that. If I was looking right here, I saw this picture here, and I was like, ooh, she's flexible. If I want to be more flexible, yoga's going to be something that I'm going to start looking at. And I see this lady here doing a back bend like this. I'm going, whoa, how can I do that? So here I go, okay, how I turn back the clock on aches, pain, stress, and stiffness. Wow, that's something I would definitely like to know how to do. And then let's see, a scientific yoga teacher transformed me from yoga-hating fitness trainer to flexibility guru and showed me the millennia-old secrets you can use to feel younger, stress-free, flexible, and even slimmer without chanting a single I really like that. That's cute. This makes me want to keep reading. So this guy's copy so far is great. What you want to do is keep people going down your page until they get to some kind of action to take, which on this page is a buy now button, I'm sure. So yes, I want to make people keep reading until they get down to this buy now button and buy. Gotta keep them reading, okay? So this one, not a very good example, although it's nice and clean, still not a great example. This one, right now I can tell you, horrible example. Fight low T. You don't have to endure poor performance. Enter site. So this looks like a ad. Yes, it is. They put a freaking ad that makes them money when people click on it on their sales letter site. Bad, 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 bad. This is a decent looking sales letter. Um, doesn't have a lot of professional edge to it. I already know the doctor's most weight loss diets only bring temporary results. Okay, so there's nothing here that's really catching my attention. So me as a surfer is just going to go, whatever, next, and I'm going to keep moving. Here we go. Yoga postures from the most instructional book ever written. Over 140 easy to follow pictures with clear, simple explanations that make yoga easier than ever before. Bam, got my attention. How do I look at this? Step-by-step guide. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, this is one of those informational sites I was telling you about. The postures are as many. Okay, yoga for anyone is written in a highly effective classroom. Get the book now. A practical, instructive book tells what it is. Okay, great. Download it now. There's all kinds of information up here and everything. So this is a good example of a site selling a niche product. Zen Life Flexibility Program. Now you can open the doors to multi-dimensional healing. I guess I'd have to be interested in this to really get that. But I see there's a video playing here. They say video is working very well. I use video and text. A lot of people are just using video. And the feedback that I'm getting from my personal customers is they don't like just the videos. Most people like to read the sales letter. So if you can have a sales letter that has a video on it that auto plays, just make sure you have some text on there too. So if people don't want to hear you, they can go, okay, mute and keep reading your text. And they go, okay, well, let's see what this video is about. Then they'll go check your video out. This is a decent looking site. It's not what I call clean. Like the graphics are, kind of blurry. They're using lots of different colors here. Black, red, and blue are the only things you should be using as far as color. And they're also asking a big price for this, and this site doesn't have the credibility to ask for that kind of price to me. There's nothing on here I'm seeing that's telling me keep reading, keep reading. I mean, I get to hear new this year. Now you can open the doors to multidimensional healing. There's no big benefit there, so I'm just whatever. I don't even know what that site's about. If we look at this, meditation teachers training program. #1 home study meditation training program, 15 superb 5-star related videos. They would get a lot more attention here if they had something about make money teaching meditation. If they had that great big benefit, that would make me keep reading. Because that's basically what this is. Get your certification and you can make money as a meditation instructor, okay? So there's some examples. I didn't find any bad examples like I normally do. You can find some really bad ones. Let's see if we can go down the list a little bit more, see if I can find something here. Hopefully one of these people will be watching and can get... I'm not ragging on their sites at all. I'm just, as an expert, showing you what not to do. And let's see here. Let's go down here. I just want to check just a couple more sites, see if I can get a good what not to do type thing. This is actually a decent one. Like I said, the copy's not great, but as far as the aesthetics, everything looks great there. This is a bright site. Download your special free gifts that have helped over 2,000 people activate their pineal gland. Okay, let's take a look here. There's a bad example. Okay, here's a good example of what not to do, I should say. The site does not look professional at all. It's not clean, good looking. There's really no benefits here. This needs to have a whole new facelift here. So this is a good example of what not to do. And believe me, there's a lot worse on ClickBank. I've seen some bad stuff. So just make sure that you have a very professional, clean looking site and that you have good copy on your site. If you don't have those two things, you're done before you even get started. Okay, so step 5 in this is creating your niche empire. This is what takes some serious time here. So let me give you an overview of what we have done here. So we are in several different niches. So we'll just say niche 1, 2, I'm not going to do 30 of them, I promise. 3, and we got 4, and 5. So the first thing we do when we go into a niche is, of course, we research it, like we talked about in step one, or step two, is finding out if it's profitable. And then we create our product. Actually, before we even create our product, we set up a sales page, a squeeze page, rather, that has a little bit of content on it, and then offers something for free in order for people to give us their name and email address. Okay, so we'll drive traffic to this site. Get a list of subscribers. If there's anything in our niche that's not direct competition, but that's related, we will promote it to these people. If they start buying, there's another indicator that it's going to be a profitable niche. Plus, we create an asset here by building our list. So then, once we have the squeeze page done, we go and we create our product, and of course, we try and sell to this list. So niche 1 gets its squeeze page, and sometimes maybe we create several different products for this niche. So we have product 1, so we'll do P1, P2, P3. And we sell to our list these products. The only thing that we ever market as far as driving traffic to get new prospects is our squeeze page. So if I have 20 products in this niche, I'm not trying to drive traffic to all 20 of these products. I'm trying to drive traffic to this one page, and then I use my list, my autoresponder. You have an autoresponder. Your list is within your autoresponder. I go to my autoresponder, and then I mail to this list about these sites. That way you're not trying to drive traffic to 100 different things. You're driving traffic to one thing, and then you're selling to the same people over and over again also. Okay, so it cuts down on your marketing, and it allows you to sell to your customers over and over and over again. Because sometimes I have customers that have bought everything I've ever put out. I have lots of customers who have bought everything I've ever put out. That's where your real money is getting customers to buy from you over and over again. Repeat customers, there's a lot of money in it. Now, another option.
I'm sorry. Quick question.
Okay.
On the squeeze page, what benefit would it be to connect that to a blog where you have some articles and some other stuff? That your squeeze page would be your index, of course. The home
right.
page. But any benefit of connecting any of those to a blog type thing where you've got some other pages of content that help?
Yep. Okay. So that's more of a traffic thing, but I'll go ahead and talk about that. The only reason why we do a blog, so let's say we're in the travel niche here. So this is a squeeze page that's just general travel information. It's a big package of information about traveling in the United States and abroad, blah 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 blah. So the reason why we put a blog behind this, and what we'll do is at the very bottom we'll put something like travel blog. And the reason why we put a blog behind these is because if you just have the squeeze page, you're looking at a thin site. Google sees this as a thin site. But if you have a blog behind this, that starts making this site look big, because Google doesn't just index a site. Google indexes all the pages of a site. And the bigger the site is, the more information Google thinks that you have. So you have your blog, but then you start making all these blog posts, and it starts looking like there's several pages to your site, and Google goes, oh, what is this? And then that's when you start getting indexed. So having a blog behind your squeeze page is just for search engine purposes, basically. But you can also use it to send your list to your blog post to educate them. There's a whole thing that goes into the email marketing that we really can't get into because of time. But there's a whole thing that goes into email marketing about, educating your people and then creating emails that actually sell them. That's a blog comes into play there also.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, so let's see, where was I? We were talking about, the product empire. So this is what we do to create our product empires. Now, if you are in multiple niches, this is where it starts getting a little tricky. So let's take a look at multiple niches. So I've got niche 1, and it has its own squeeze page. And it has one product that it promotes. Okay, so I have to drive traffic to the squeeze page. Now, if I go into a totally different niche that's totally unrelated, I need to create a squeeze page for this niche too. Now, if I only have one product here, the sole purpose of this squeeze page is to get people to buy this product. Same thing with this one. So the beauty of going into a big niche where you can create several products is you just have one page to promote, and then it's going to build your list, and then you can use your list to promote all the different products that you have for this niche. So if I was in the travel niche, okay, um, and let's say I had a product on budget air travel, so budget air travel, and then I have one on travel safety, and then I have one on European travel, and maybe Asia travel, and then we have one on let's say England travel. Okay, is what I can do is I can go to this list, and maybe they're not interested in traveling to Europe and Asia and England, but a lot of these people are going to be interested in saving money on their flights. They're going to be interested in traveling safely type things. Okay, so now I can promote all these different products using this one list, and I'm just driving traffic to this one page. So this is what I used to do. I used to go into a niche, create one product, then I'd go to the next niche. That's how we ended up in 30 different niches. So, but what we're doing now is we're looking at bigger niches so we can create a lot of different products for it. So these are basically two options, and you can do both options. Let's say you find a niche, you find that there's only one little demand in that niche, then go for it. But this is what your product empire is going to look like. Now, if you go into each niche has its own squeeze page. So if you go into 20 different niches, you're going to have to be driving traffic to 20 different squeeze pages. So you always want to look at that when you go into a niche. How many squeeze pages are you willing to drive traffic to? This takes a lot of time. I pay a team that does all my traffic driving, and I pay them a lot of money each month. Of course, I make a lot of money on all these different products that I have, but I do pay that team a lot of money because I simply don't have time to create all these squeeze pages. But that's how our marketing is done. We drive traffic to the squeeze pages, and the squeeze pages do the selling for us. So, Dalen, that's niche marketing in a nutshell. Do you have any questions about what I've covered here?
No, I think you covered an awful lot of that, and I had a few minor questions along the way, which you answered very nicely. So, really appreciate it, Liz. The viewers who are going to get a hold of this information are going to have a really proven way to make some money by niche marketing. And I want to thank you again, Liz. I appreciate your time and your expertise in this and other areas. Thank you.
Not a problem. It's been great. I've been wanting to get this kind of information out for a long time, and you gave me a great opportunity to do it, so I really appreciate you too.
Okay, well, that's it for this workshop, Liz. I really appreciate, again, you taking the time to help me get this information to people and to the viewers watching this. I hope you will put it into action, what you've been shown here, so you can start making some real money and start traveling when you retire. Thank you.